Hollywood loves monsters, but when it comes to Slavic mythology, they got a lot wrong. Let's fix that. First, vampires. Thanks to movies, we imagine pale aristocrats in capes, like Dracula, living in castles and seducing victims at night. But the original Slavic vampire wasn't charming, it wasn't elegant, and it definitely wasn't romantic. In Slavic folklore, a vampire was often a bloated, red-faced corpse, sometimes covered in blood, sometimes swollen from feeding. It didn't sparkle, it didn't wear silk. It crawled out of the grave and attacked its own village. Usually the people it once knew. People believed vampires could be created if someone died violently, was cursed, or even lived a morally suspicious life. Villagers would dig up graves to check bodies. If they found no decomposition, they believed it was proof. That's not gothic romance, that's raw fear. Next, werewolves. Hollywood shows us a tragic hero who transforms under the full moon. It's dramatic, emotional, almost poetic. But in Slavic belief, werewolves were often associated with dark magic. Sometimes they were sorcerers, sometimes people cursed by witches. In some regions, the word for werewolf was even used interchangeably with vampire. Yes, vampire and werewolf were not always separate creatures. Transformation wasn't always about the moon either. It could involve rituals, wolf skins, or magical belts. It wasn't a random curse. It was often intentional. Now let's talk about Baba Yaga. Hollywood portrays her as either a creepy witch in the woods or turns her into something completely different, like in action movies. But in Slavic folklore, Baba Yaga is far more complex. She lives in a hut that stands on chicken legs. Yes, chicken legs. The house can move, it can turn. It has a will of its own. She is terrifying, yes. She can eat children, but she is also a guardian of knowledge, a gatekeeper between worlds. Sometimes she helps the hero, if they prove themselves worthy. She is not just evil, she is ancient, wild, neutral. She represents nature itself, unpredictable and powerful. Hollywood simplifies these beings. It turns them into clean categories: villain, monster, anti-hero. But Slavic mythology lives in the gray area. Its creatures are messy, symbolic, deeply tied to nature, death, and the human soul. And maybe that's what makes them so much more terrifying. Because they weren't created for entertainment. They were created from belief.